Okay, so the inspiration for His Love is Eternal is, well, you know the obvious answer, Holy Spirit. But how it came about, so there was actually, when it first came, there was actually no intention or plan of producing a song. So, and it was just the chorus that came while I was in a time of devotion, just strumming my guitar, and it just came as I prayed, and it was so beautiful, as the overwhelming love of Papi just kept flowing out of my heart and just blowing my mind, so His Love is Eternal was what I just kept singing and singing. And yeah, that was it. I think I made a recording on my phone, and that was it. So yeah. And then fast forward to some months after, it was early last year that that Holy Spirit said, Mfon, I want you to produce His Love is Eternal as a song and release it on February 14th. And I was like, okay. And okay, so it was on my way back home from somewhere, I can't really remember, but I know as soon as I got home, I picked up my book. I have this Alianna note, so yeah, I picked it up and just began to write, and in the space of 10 minutes there was 3 verses already, like the whole song came together, and that was the journey, that was it. And so my elder brother produces music, and I well, mostly mixing and mastering, but yeah, he was the one who actually helped me with the whole thing. I went to share it with him, and he was like, okay, I could take it as a challenge. And the miraculous thing about this song is that it came about in the space of about 3 days. The beat, the recording, everything, like it was it was a miracle in itself. So yeah.
His love is eternal. His love is eternal.
So the process, right? It was really interesting. The first time ever be doing a song, So yeah, it was interesting to say the least. I had seen my brother several times when he's doing his thing, with music and stuff, but having to be a part of that was a different ballgame entirely. So after we had put together the beat, after we had recorded and all of that, during the mixing and mastering state, he would have me listen to it over and over again with large headphones, and oh my god, I realized how much work it is to put together music for it to come out right. Like my ears hurt, my head hurt. It was, oh my god, but it came out lovely. I bless God for that. And you should go check it out on SoundCloud, Aliannaworld. Okay, you find the link in the description box, so you could just follow that and check out the song, our first single. Don't worry, by God's grace this year we should be releasing a whole lot more as He leads. Obviously, we're not going to jump the gun ahead of Him. So yeah,
His love is eternal. His love.
Okay, so the first verse. Okay, before I say that, I would like to say that there were the initial thought of the song was not the direction in which the final song came out, but it's actually really amazing. So The final song was, and in the direction of comparison between the love of man and the love of God, basically. Okay, so I will just go through the different verses. So first verse does the straight up comparison between the love of man and the love of God. The love of man is temporary. So there were two prevalent thoughts in my mind at that time, and one, I had heard a story of a couple that loved each other so much, a young couple that loved each other so much, and suddenly the husband dies, you know, young Christian couple, yeah, and he just passes away, like suddenly. Nobody had any heads up, like, and all of that. So that for me was, in spite of how much man loves me, man is limited in time. So man is limited in this time, you know. So yeah, so if someone, no matter how much person loves me, should die, that's it. Like, the love in that regard is over. But God's love goes beyond time, goes beyond space, goes beyond eternity, you know. Then the second thought was okay, so I had for some reason I had to leave a particular relationship the previous year, and it was actually a tough time, but anyway, so in that process of ending the relationship, there was a sort of reaction I got from this person, and it was not one of love. So yeah, so this thing, so the thought that came to mind in that time was, yes, man can profess love to you today, but man is liable to change. You know, they could do things and say things afterwards that don't, what is it called, that don't line up with the profession of love. So yeah, those two things are what brought about that first verse, I guess. Yeah, then verse 2. So so verse 2 is like a sub for every church girl. Yeah, I never wanted to accept that I was a church girl. For me, I'm a Jesus girl, not a church girl. But well, I'll probably do a video explaining the difference. But anyway, in this regard, I think it's a church girl thing. And so yeah, basically verse 2 talks about how there's this craze of x-raying every guy that comes your way, that comes my way, x-raying each guy and wondering, oh, is this him, Papi, is this him, Papi, is this my husband, you know. because we're not trained to go ahead and get into several relationships and just try it out, you know. We're trained to be purposeful in relationships and stuff. So it says, is this him, I think I'm having feelings for this one, is this him, let me know where that stop. You know, and all of that. So I'm pretty sure there are a number of you nodding your heads right now because you can relate. Anyway, yeah, so that was that, and it was yeah, and it ended up with the fact that I need to focus on more important things, which is not that a marriage relationship is not important, but in this season where I'm not married, it's important to focus on getting to know who Mfona Basi is, you know, getting to know who you are. And this is not it's not restricted to just ladies, you know. I'm pretty sure some Christian brothers are like, oh, is this my wife? Well, maybe y'all are not as filled up with it as the ladies are, but anyways, for each and every one of us in this time is to focus on God, you know, and getting to know ourselves and who we are and his purposes for us, you know, so that when that person comes, we'll be able to know, you know. But the guys we want to know is bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, and she shall be called woman. You know, yeah. So, yeah. Well, keeping our focus on God and His love for us, you know. Then the third verse, yeah. So the third verse is like a surrender sort of verse in that it talks about the time of waiting, right? That's this time, the time of waiting for that person, that special person that is meant for me, you know. But there's now the part that goes saying, even if he doesn't come, I'll be strong because of this one thing. God's love is eternal. So yeah.